Hello everyone, so I am back and today we're gonna talk about some horror things. It's Horror Monday, so that's a theme, and I'm gonna be reading some stuff from Reddit again because I find things there very interesting. And also I got some tea today. I think this is black tea, I'm not too sure. Maybe I should do some ASMR like in the future. Just a thought. Okay, so let's start. So this is from Paranormal Encounters, and the user is called additional_doubt_243, and this post was posted 87 days ago. The title is called "My Father Predicted His Death." My father died suddenly when he was 19. At that time, I was only 3 months old, so I have no recollection of him. All I ever had to go by were stories about his life. My grandmother told me that I always seemed very aware of his presence, and my infant eyes always followed the sound of his voice. When my father was a young boy, he told my grandmother that he wouldn't live to be an old man. Only 2 or 3 days, not exactly sure on the time frame, before his death, he spoke privately with my grandmother in the kitchen. He told her that he would be leaving soon, but that she shouldn't feel sad or afraid because he will be with Jesus. I'm not entirely certain if he told her he knew these things. He was killed a few nights later in a freak car accident in which he was the only passenger fatality. After his passing, when I was slightly older and capable of basic language, my grandfather recalls a situation in which she was feeding me in my high chair when suddenly I looked up at something behind her and said hi. Apparently, I was happy to see whoever it was. My grandmother, however, said she was afraid to turn around and every hair on her body was high on alert. My mother shared that I did the same thing when she was giving me a bath one night. I started waving empathetically and saying, "Hi," again. She was afraid to turn around. We were the only ones home. I know these are probably some pretty far-fetched stories, but they are 100% true, and I thought it might be something interesting to share. Thanks for reading. Aw, that's kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it's very sentimental, but at the same time it's like a child. When a child says hello, I believe in paranormal stuff, so anything a child does when there is something around, they could see that. And I can attest to that because I've seen stuff too when I was very young. One of the comments said, "There was a news report in my country news about a teen girl who also predicted her own death. Like in her funeral, she even passed the will to write a poem she had penned down beforehand talking about her death. She also died in a freak car accident. Weird." Ooh. You know, with the whole death prediction thing, I'm not gonna outright call it BS because I share the same sentiment in that, but some people, when they strongly believe in something like that, it's, you don't want it to happen. For example, if someone predicts they're not gonna live over 30, you have the option to kind of just like believe them, but hopefully it does not happen. But I think there is this one celebrity, I'm not too sure, let me Google it up really quickly. Yeah, I knew it. Okay, so it was Kurt Cobain. He predicted his death when he was only 14, it says here. Kurt Cobain told a classmate that he would become a superstar musician, get rich and famous, and that he would take his own life, going out in a blaze of glory. What happened? Cobain nailed all of it. Ooh. Yeah, no, but there's more celebrities here. Yeah, so like Pete Maravich predicted his early demise with extreme accuracy. Whoa. So it says here, Pete Maravich was the Stephen Curry of his time, but he wasn't entirely satisfied with his life as an NBA player. In an interview when Maravich was just 26, he said that he didn't want to play 10 years and then die of a heart attack at the age of 40. So what happened? Maravich played the NBA for 10 years, retired, and then perished of a heart attack at the age of 40. That's very specific. So like I said, I do believe in this kind of things. Like if you really strongly believe in something like this, not believe that hopefully it would happen, but it's like you see something in the future. Again, I do share some sort of sentiment towards this. It's just freaky how some people find peace to it. This will happen. That's it. I will accept that, and some people will say it's so suicidal to even think about that, or like don't even think about that, or it's just like, I think death is just part of whole cycle of life, and you gotta accept at some point that you're gonna die. I know a lot of us, obviously most of us obviously don't know when that's gonna happen, when you're gonna be just dirt 6 feet underground. But some people, I do believe that they can actually know, or they know and accept it that the time is coming. If I were to know when I would be dying, it's just like that just makes it easier for me to, okay, I'm gonna accomplish this thing in this time frame. It gives me a sort of guaranteed that, okay, I have this much time left. What can I do? Like, would I spend my time trying to become famous out here, or spend my time with friends and family? Would I want to decide to get married? Something like that. Or if I were to get married, would I have a kid? If it was a kid, it would be a son. You know, all these things, like, it goes in my head. It's just like an overthinking. So I'm gonna probably make a video about overthinking at some point, but my thoughts run around like that. I do think it's just a part of life, the life cycle of everything. And if I'm guaranteed to have 5 years of my life from today, it just gives me a comfort of like, okay, I have this much time to do the things I love, you know, instead of ruminating that, oh, I only have 5 years. It's for me, it's just like, I'm grateful I have 5 more years. So yeah, and like, share me your thoughts about this kind of stuff. I find it really interesting, the concept of death. I don't think it's something to be feared about, but obviously a lot of people don't like it because you leave people, you get left behind, you feel alone, you feel scared. It is what it is. Obviously it's not going to be easy because you have emotional attachments towards other people. That's just how it is. But yeah, do share me your thoughts. Until then, I'm gonna be reading more horror stories in the future. So until next time, I'll be going for now. Bye.